Hi everyone. Today I want to share with you about the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil from Genesis chapter 2 and 3. This I try to find out what the Bible verses is saying. I try to minimize my interpretation, but what the like a logical conclusion, this kind of interpretation. But if the word is true, and our conclusion must be true. The first verse, chapter 2. Verse 9, and the Lord God made all kinds of trees grow out of the ground, trees that were pleasing to the eye and good for food. In the middle of the garden were the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So we hear a lot of trees with fruit, and at the center two kind of special trees. One is the tree of life, and the other one is the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So tree of life, it gives life, and tree of good and evil, what is this? We must know what God said, chapter 2, 16 and 17. And the Lord God commanded the man, you are free to eat from any tree in the garden. So God never forbid to eat from the tree of life. But verse 17, you must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for when you eat of it, you will surely die. So we must think about that. What's the main meaning or function of the tree of knowledge? So when God said, you must not eat. So God allows everything, but He only forbid to eat from the tree of knowledge. That means, this is my logical conclusion, God from now on, when He said to Adam these words, Adam clearly know what is good and what is evil. So the good, what is good is not eat the fruit of knowledge. This is the good. So, because God said, when you eat this fruit, you will surely die. That's bad. So, what is evil? The evil is to eat. To eat the fruit. So this is very important moment. We must think about the standard of what is good and what is evil. We think one thing is good because it is good. But in the Bible, one thing is good because God said that's good. Sometimes those two things are same, but sometimes those two things are different. And it's same thing, we think it is evil because it is evil. But in the Bible, it is evil because God said there is evil. But when we read chapter 3, verse 5, verse 4, you will not surely die, the serpent said to the woman, when God said, you will surely die, but the serpent said to the woman, you will not surely die. So it is totally different. So good is to follow God's words. Evil is not follow God's words. And the serpent came to the woman and said, even though God said, do not eat it, you must eat it, and you surely not die. And the serpent gave the reason to the woman, said, verse 5, for God knows that when you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. It's the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So the serpent said, when you eat, you will know what is good and what is bad, what is evil. So she ate it and she gave it to the man, and after that God visited them, and they found they made a big problem. So we may think if God didn't make that tree, or even He made it, He could stop the lady, the woman, she before eat it. But I think God made it because by the tree, God made the order. I am your creator, and you are my creature. So you must live with the relationship with me. So you must follow my words, and you shall live. And you disobey, when you disobey, you surely die. So this is not an act problem. This is actually happening in our heart, our mind. That's why God did not stop her when she even eat it. When Satan approached her, and when they talking about, and she decided to eat, and she gave it to her husband. God never appeared, but everything is done. God appeared to them. And finally, chapter 3, verse 22, and the Lord God said, the man has now become like one of us, knowing good and evil. So what does it mean? God said, we may misunderstand the serpents, when serpent's words to so serpent said to the Eve, for God knows that when you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God. And God said, 22, and the Lord God said, the man has now become like one of us, knowing good and evil. Because it is God's words, the verse 22, it must be true. And the serpent words is like temptation. So serpent's temptation is not totally false. Sometimes the serpent put good and evil together. So we must know what it meant. God said, they are the man has now become like one of us. So at the first time God made that tree and do not eat it, that means we must follow God's words, God's idea, God's way, God's standard, and God's words. But when the lady and the man listen to the serpent, and they decide to disobey God, and they decide by themselves, their standard, their word, their way of life is changed from to the man, like become independent. But when they think they are independent, actually they are under the strong influence of the Satan. So the knowledge of the tree of knowledge of good and evil means when I decide from my reason, from my will, from my heart, from my feeling, from my knowledge, I am like a God. That is the most now religion emphasize. You don't need God because you are a God. And that that teaching we could find, that is the teaching of Satan, and that is even we see from Genesis chapter 23. So the meaning, the whole the Bible teaches us that when we follow God's words, when we obey God's way, God's standard, will surely die. When we follow our own idea, own thought, own reason, own feeling, own way, we surely die. What that God said is that. But Satan said, when you follow your own way, you'll be like God, and you'll be God, and you will not surely die. That is, this is like original sin, and this is the first sin, and after that, whole the mankind was contaminated with sin. But every sin is disobedient. Do not follow what God said. Follow our own thinking. We are under the influence of Satan. That is sin. So the original sin is a prototype of every sin. So we may call it the capital letter sin. So every sin, every sins has the same meaning always. So every sin is disobedient to God. So disobedience, God's words, that is sin. So when we follow Jesus, when we follow God, we must follow God's idea, God's way, God's thought. That is the most important too. We must understand from today's study. I am very happy to share these words with you, and please subscribe me, and please keep on study with me. Thank you very much.